Discretion is advised.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to a brand new episode of Train Simulator 2021. Today, we're going to be on the Stevens Pass route, and we are actually going to be driving the Amtrak Cascades number 510. Says we're using an F59, but we are actually not. We're going to be using the True Rail Simulations P42DC. And there has been a medical emergency involving the engineer of the Amtrak Cascades number 510. You are the closest driver in the area to respond to the situation. There is another driver near Delta Yard that will take over from there. So basically, we're just driving this thing for about 35 minutes or so, maybe a little bit less depending on the track speed and all that. But we're going to be driving to Delta Yard, and I believe we're making a station stop somewhere else. But yeah, for the most part, you guys will see the different consists that we're using and all that fun stuff. So let's go ahead and hop in the game and check it out. Alright, so good morning, driver. You need to take the Amtrak Cascades to Everett and then on Delta Junction, where another driver will take over for the rest of the trip to Vancouver, British Columbia. Sure, the HEP is on. You need to follow the speed limit for standard passenger trains, since this isn't a standard Talgo train set. In areas where only speed limits are posted for Talgo and freights, you are required to follow the speed limit for freights. Get moving so you don't hold up the Empire Builder in Everett for too long. Alright, so let's go ahead and release our brakes, set our throttle, and we'll do our headlights here. I'm not going to be doing the horn since it is a quiet zone. But here we are, we got AMTK 466 on the rear, and then we have 3 Superliner coaches, 2 coaches, and a diner for some unknown reason. Not sure why they put a diner in the middle of it, but they did, and I just kind of kept it just in case that is sort of a thing. But we do have a crossing coming up over here. We got a clear here at Mukilto. I believe that's how you pronounce it. Control point Mukilto. Got a clear. We got a crossing coming up over there. We don't want to be holding up the Empire Builder too long there at Everett. So we got Bellingham Subdivision, which is about 8 miles away. And then we got Delta Junction E, which is about 12 miles. Or it said 9 miles, I believe is what it said. 9 or 12? 9. So we got that. We got 55 mile an hour zone through here. Like they said, we're following the standard Talgo train set. Or not, we're following the freight and then passenger speed. So definitely not the standard Talgo. But here we go. Got a quiet zone for the crossing here. So we'll just kind of run the bell through. And there we go. Very nice. Very nice. But man, I am absolutely loving the True Rails Simulations P42DC. It is a truly nice looking P42. Definitely a major upgrade over the RSC and the G-Trax one. The only thing that I kind of have a gripe about is the numbers are a little bit too thin. But other than that, it is a wonderful looking locomotive for sure. And then I know that in the showcase video I did where people were saying that the numbers in the cab were true, like that Amtrak had all the numbers in the cab for the engine number. Yes, I do know that that is absolutely true. I know that that was absolutely realistic. But honestly, in my opinion, I believe it was a little too much. Because you literally had one pretty much in every corner. You can put a engine number. They had one in every corner. So I'm thinking like that's a little bit too excessive in my opinion, at least. But, I mean, if that's how Amtrak did it, then, you know, by all means. But I'm assuming the only reason that True Rails took it out is because they changed up the numbering font. And I didn't think that the numbering would end up working on there. So that's why they ended up taking it out. But we got 25, but it's still showing 55. Hold on a second. What did that say? So 25 for passenger, 25 for freight. But it's still saying that we're good to go 55. So I don't know what speed we're actually following. So we'll just start slowing the train down to about 30 or so. Just because I don't want to be holding up the Empire Builder for too long. Looks like we got some cut of cars coming up over here. There we go. We'll just slow it down right there. 35, 33 will do. I know it said 25, but it's still showing 55 on our screen, so I don't want to, like, you know, get a speeding infraction towards the end, but you never know. It's still saying 55, so. Alright, looks like we got a bunch of gondola cars to our right here, and then we just got a random flat car over there. Very random. Very random indeed. Looks like they're hauling some, like, mulch or something. Interesting. They're all hauling the same thing, it looks like. Then we have another cut here with a random flat car. Then we just have one random and then another cut over here, which kind of odd. Honestly, it's really odd. Looks like we got another clear coming up over here. But there is that 25 they were talking about, so that might have been a warning. And these signals are floating. These signals are literally floating. Yeah. That happened today. They work, but they are floating. Okay, Dovetail, your move. I don't know. I don't know, but it looks like that's a 30 or 15 right there for freight. That is definitely for that siding. So we're not going to be worrying about any of that. We do have Bellingham subdivision here at 6 miles left to go for about there. But I do hope you guys did have a good weekend. Hopefully you guys are going to have a good start to your week as well. It is Sunday, so happy Sunday. I did work yesterday. I don't know about my schedule for today, so I'm actually recording this on Friday while Kayla is away at her friend's house. So I'm just, you know, using the time to record, kind of taking breaks, doing in between. I'm doing like laundry and dishes and stuff, so kind of some housework. And then we're also doing some YouTube related stuff. Had the 3 days off from Wednesday to Friday, so we did a bunch of YouTube stuff then as well. And whatnot, so we just kind of been, you know, on the grind, and we just kind of been, you know, hanging out with Kayla and just, you know, doing housework, doing YouTube, taking care of the cats and all that. So it's been fun. It's definitely been fun. One thing I did want to mention is that I honestly have a use for a whole bunch of older dovetail routes and just like a whole bunch of different third-party mod routes. Because I'm having an issue, so it looks like Talgo's 33, we're supposed to be 25, okay. Interesting that it's 33, but whatever. But a lot of the routes that you can download from like the Steam Workshop or like various third-party mod sites, for some reason I cannot get them to work in my scenario editor. Because anytime I will try to make a scenario of them, it will basically tell me that I can't do it because it's giving me like oh look, we're at Everett Junction, but like it'll give me like if I want to pick a point, so like let's say here I want to, you know, start here at Everett, but for some routes it'll tell me like, hey, I know it says it's Adriana Junction or, you know, CSX RF and P sub, but here we're gonna start you off at Whitefish going all the way down to Shelby. So it's like I can't really get in the game. And the only way I can actually get in there is through a free roam scenario, which I honestly don't like doing. But if we have to edit some free roam scenarios, then we will. And that is why I do look up at the Steam Workshop a lot to see if there are other like different scenarios for like different routes and stuff. But as to no avail, the Steam Workshop has been kind of dull recently. There hasn't really been many good like scenarios or anything out for any of the North American routes. So it's been pretty stale, or pretty stale. But look at that cruise ship guy, or that cargo ship, man. It's like the port of Everett right here, man. It looks pretty neat. I'm digging that. That looks cool. All those intermodal containers. Man, I might end up having to do a video over here of us like doing some switching work with the industries over here, because we got like we got Boeing, looks like Boeing containers over here. Or just regular intermodal containers, but they're probably like Boeing materials and stuff like that. Very cool. Very cool indeed. Looks like we're going to be going over the thing over here. There's our train. Very cool. Very cool indeed. I might end up having I will definitely have to do a video of us over here, like switching out the different plants and stuff that come with Stevens Pass. So that's kind of cool. Looks like a little grain elevator over here. I believe it's a grain elevator. I don't know. Might be something else. I don't know. But yeah, that's actually pretty cool. Looks like we're meeting the Empire Builder up over here. We're coming up to a tunnel, I believe. Some sort of tunnel. Yep, there it is right there. But yeah, we'll definitely have to do some switching scenarios over here. And we got some tracks over here. Looks like a different yard of some sort. But let's go ahead and check out the map here and see what we got. Oh, it looks like we got tracks for days over there, man. Oh, it's just like a little loop. That's cool. So there might be like different, whoa, that's dark. That is super dark, man. Looks like the headlights don't illuminate like they're supposed to, but that's because I ended up putting this locomotive in front of something. So that has nothing to do with us. But it looks like we are stopping at Everett, then going to Bellingham, and then Delta Junction E, so. Superliners are kind of dark as well, but they are lit up somewhat. I'm going to shut that windshield wiper off. We don't actually need that right now. Don't need that either. But yeah. Alright, so we are slowly trying to get out of this tunnel here. Looks like we're going to be on track 2 at Everett, and we got a clear signal over here, so 25 mile an hour, which we've been doing for the last couple miles now. Very nice. Nice indeed. Let's go ahead and do that. Headlights, yep, they're on, so they were on. It's just the, that's probably because I ended up putting it over the rear engine over here, which this was supposed to be our lead engine. I decided not to use that because I enjoy this True Rail Simulation P42 so much, and as well as True Rail Simulation actually came out with a Metra F59. So we'll be kind of checking that out as well. Now I believe there's actually 3 different F59 PHs out there for rail work. So we're kind of want to be showcasing them both off, or all 3 of them. We've done one already in a stream back whenever Metra first purchased them, and whenever they first got to Metra when the first one came out. But for right now, we're just going to be taking a look. They said we're meeting the Empire Builder, and I see it right there, actually, so. Oh, that makes sense. Wait, but there's 2 platforms here. We could have easily went on the platform to our right here. But instead, we're waiting on the Empire Builder is waiting on us, so. Doesn't really make much sense, but it is what it is, I guess. And it looks like we're on a diversion clear. Coming out of here. Which means we're actually going to be heading down out of PA Junction down to Bellingham Subdivision, which is right here, actually. And then we just want to get this right where all the people are. So our coach is going to be, or our second coach is going to be just off of them. And first coach is going to line up with this guy right here. There we go. We'll go ahead and dim that, so we're not blinding the other train crew. But look at that, man. Loading up here at Everett. I remember we actually did a scenario from here down to DA or whatever it is junction. Delta Junction E. So we're about a good 3 miles away from it. We got to the Bellingham sub 3.34, and then we're about a good 3 miles away from there. So I guarantee you we'll probably end up getting there before 35 minutes. But there is the Empire Builder over there. It's like they're using the standard RSC P42s. Oh no, they're using the G-Trax version, because that's the stands for the G-Trax, right? Yeah, they got the G-Trax version, man. Ooh, that's man, that's crazy. I hate those. Got a short little Empire Builder as well. So we're supposed to be here at 8:31. We actually got here pretty freaking early, so we're not holding them too long. But we got here about 3 minutes early, so. Alright, so we're going to continue to Delta Junction where the other driver will take over. Let's go ahead and make our way that way. There we go, got the ditch lights flashing. Got the sander on. Man, that just looks super nice, man. That really, really does. But yeah, as I was saying, so like I said, I found some different uses for like the those kind of routes where I can do like different free roam scenarios, as well as some of the older routes that like initially came with the game back whenever it was like 2009 or something like that. So I found some uses for those routes as well, like Castle Rock, Fort Kent to whatever, all those routes. So I ended up doing a whole bunch of different like free roam scenarios for those. So it looks like it's about 25. Or it said 15, but we're going to go 25 because that's what it's telling me to go. So that's what we'll go. It's telling me to go, I believe the speed limit up here was 15 for freight and not for Talgo. But it's going to tell me to go 35 because I'm technically a passenger. But here we are on Delray Junction on a clear Everett Junction. So I know we have a crossing coming up here, I believe. So we're gonna go and slit the brakes here, so we can start slowing down. Brakes ain't working for some reason. There we go. I believe there was a crossing just over here up past this curve, which it looks like there is. Yep. Nice, nice, nice. We got some more gondolas over here. Very cool. But yeah, it's telling me they're 35 and 15 for freight. So we're technically supposed to be going the 15-mile-an-hour zone. So we'll end up going about 20-ish. Kind of like a median. Don't think this is an actual road. It's not. So we'll kind of go about 20 or so. That'll work. Only reason it's giving me the speed limits for passenger for the Talgo is because it, in the scenario builder, it had to have been classified as passenger, or else we wouldn't have not been able to pick up passengers over at the thing. So freights are still 15, 25 for Talgo. Got a crossing up here. Very nice. I love that horn. I honestly just love that horn so much. It sounds so good on the inside and on the outside, man. It just sounds so freaking good. But yeah, as I was saying, in the scenario editor, it had to be defaulted as passenger, or else we would have not been able to pick up passengers at Everett. So that is why it is basically telling us to follow the Talgo or passenger speeds instead of the freight speeds. But we were told in the editor to follow the freight to follow the freight speeds. So that is what we are actually going to be doing. Not 100% certain if this is the actual way the Cascades trains go. I'm going to take a wild guess and say that it probably is, since it's got Talgo speed and all that. I don't officially know. I don't know much about the Cascades route other than they use Talgo sets, and now they're using Amtrak Horizon coach sets, since some of the Talgos had to have been retired. That is honestly all I know. So I don't know if this is the actual route that they follow, or if it's just something that this guy created fictionally. No idea. If you guys do know, down in the comment section down below, do let me know. I would love to know if this is actually realistic or not. I did have a feeling that Amtrak used that Everett station for the Empire Builder. I just had no idea that the Cascades used it as well. So like I said, we got about a mile 62 to the Bellingham subdivision, which I'm assuming is where the Cascades will go as well. It's kind of different because I don't think we can do a full 360 view around the P-42 anymore like we used to be able to. So that's different. Definitely different. Looks like we got an approach signal. Yeah, we are on an approach. And that dang alerter is going to get on my nerves. But yeah, looks like we're heading up to a 15 for freight. Looks like I got a maintenance away guy over here. I don't see anybody on the ground, so we're not going to sound the horn. But looks like we got the yard limits coming up over here. Looks like we got a bunch of war bonnets and stuff in this yard, man. That's different. We got some war bonnets. Looks like an ace. And there goes the game freezing. Yeah, you guys saw that major freeze over there. That's honestly an issue I've been having with this game as of late. For some reason, I've been having a lot of out-of-memory errors as well. And this is on the 64-bit. So I don't know if there was a Windows update or something that ended up causing my game to basically go to trash. But I don't know. It's honestly kind of weird. But I've never had issues like that before. But I've never had a game freeze like that before either while I was trying to play it. So that is completely different. But yeah, man, look at that. We got a war bonnet over here. A war bonnet looks like a -9. And we have a SD70 ACE train as well. Looks like it's hauling just a regular standard old manifest train. But yeah, looks like we got ATSF number 210 on there. That's new. That is new. We got some other like yard power to the side over here. Got some more 210, and we also have some BN GP38-2s. We have a couple of -9s, GEVOs, and we have an executive Mac back over here. That's pretty cool, along with the GP38. That's pretty cool, man. I believe the last time we ended up working this scenario, we ended up actually going into the yard, if I'm not mistaken, but this time we're just going around the yard, so that's different. But very cool indeed. Loving the old Pepsi can, though. That is one of the things that, like, you probably won't find anymore. You won't be able to see that texture on a Pepsi can anymore, so that's kind of cool. I'm wondering if that's a hint for something, since it's like an older paint scheme, or like an older theme for a can. I'm wondering if they're hinting at like phase 3 or phase 4 units, like different paint schemes, like even maybe the heritage units and the veterans unit. I don't know. I'm just kind of being skeptical a little bit. But there is the Bellingham subdivision right there. Looks like 10 and 10 for speed or for passenger and freight. So we'll go ahead and follow that. But that is coming up in about 0.8 miles. Since that's just it's slanted, that means it's coming up. But yeah, man, check that out. Loving the F-59. If only I can find the Cascades F-59, because I know that somebody out there did have a full-on Talgo set. I've seen it on a bunch of different YouTube videos, but then I guess it got taken down. And I'm trying to honestly find it. There's a whole bunch of different mods for this game that I'm actually trying to find. And if I do find them, I will definitely be showing them off. It's just right now I have no idea where any of them are at. They're somewhere on the deep web. Somewhere where I honestly don't know. But I do want to thank you guys so much for watching this video. I do greatly appreciate it that you guys did. Be sure you guys hit that like button before you guys head on out of here, as well as that subscribe button if you guys have not already. Definitely trying to get to 5,000 by the end of the year, so definitely do help me out with that. Please and thank you. Tell your friends, tell your family. If you guys do enjoy the content, do tell your friends and family. Tell them about me. Say, hey, go subscribe to my buddy YoAdrian. Definitely trying to get 5K by the end of the year. I feel like that would be freaking awesome. And I can't thank you guys so much for I believe we're at 4.6 or 4.7 right now. I think it's 4.6. So I do want to thank you guys so much for all of that. I do greatly appreciate it. You guys mean so much to me. Will not be doing this without you guys. So the new driver is waiting just to head on the other side of the Pacific Highway Bridge. Alright, roger that. So I'm assuming that that's the bridge right over there. I don't think that's our restricting. That is our restricting signal. Okay, so that is for us. I believe. Maybe. I don't know. Oh, yeah, it's right at that switch point. So, yeah, it's for us. Man, dude. Calm yourself, man. I don't need the alerter going off that many times. I understand it goes off every 30 seconds, but geez. Jeez Louise. But yeah, also make sure you guys do follow me on Twitter. That's where I post pretty much every single update I have. So if there's not going to be a video that day or what the deal is, check Twitter. That is where I post all my updates. Join the Discord server as well if you guys do want to chat. Discord is one of the best places to reach me because I'm pretty much on it 24/7. Join the server. Trying to get the server more active in there and everything like that. It's been getting more active than it has been. So do make sure you guys join the Discord server. And it looks like we're coming up on our secondary driver over here. Now, normally we would end up sounding the horn, but he knows that we're coming and we see him. He sees us. So we're just going to stop right next to him. We're going to stop right here. Gonna overrun him a little bit, but that's okay. Overshoot him because he's going to be getting on in the engine, and we're going to go down to the passenger cars. Alright, let's go ahead and set that to that. And there we go. Nice looking P42. So Talgos are going 42 and everything else is going 10. I don't know why it says 42. New driver boards the train and you end your shift. Scenario complete. Sounds like a plan, man. Sounds like a plan. Like I said, thank you guys so much for watching. And I will catch you guys here on the next one. Peace.